hop into some teachings. Satnam, everybody, to our YouTube and Facebook audience as well. So grateful to have you to sit down and take a few moments out of my day and share with you my experiences with tapping into the energy of fearlessness. And I know that part of the life process is that we naturally face fears, and I want to share with you a beautiful mantra and breath work that's really helped me. So we'll get started with chanting Waaheguru, the mantra of fearlessness for me, that's for sure. Wa means bliss, He, here and now. Guru is from ignorance into wisdom, from darkness into light. And that energy of Guru is kind of like a scrub brush, that scrubs away any resistances that one might have towards their own sense of fearlessness, their own soul nature. And Guru is so beautiful, so important. That energy of Guru, whatever your spiritual tradition is, whatever your path, Guru is that which really works for you. For me, it's the energy of Guru Nanak, and it's also the Guru manifests in vision form, but also in life form, in this very, very circumstance of our life, so that we can't really ask anymore, like, why me? Why is this happening? This always happens. It's actually the Guru, the divine teacher, giving us the lessons to grow and to glow, to shine, really. So I hope you'll join me in embracing all of your challenges. That's what we talked about last week. Embrace them all, every single one of them. Embrace your fears, every single one of them. And this week we're going to spend some time talking about knowledge. How can we have correct knowledge, right knowledge, to be able to face these fears? But first, let's chant. Waaheguru, 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 Waaheguru. Waaheguru ji, Satnam everybody. Thank you so much for being here. I wanted to share with you just a little story, just a short one. I love stories that especially have a teaching, and I feel like this one does. So this is a teaching around knowledge, the right knowledge, around developing this capacity to live in fearlessness. So in India, in the late 19th century, in this little village, there was a holy man, a wise sage, and people would come to him for all sorts of advice, for help in how to be fearless, help in how to resolve issues, help in how to more deeply meditate, how to reach the divine, and it's a very, very special holy man. People would come from all over to come and spend time with him. And in this village, there was the village idiot who, couldn't read, couldn't write, and didn't quite seem to have all of his marbles there all the time, let's just say. And he, was, in his early 20s. He, of course, like everybody, needed to work, needed to live, needed to, all of those things. And so he was looking around for a job. Nobody would hire him. Of course, nobody's going to hire the village idiot, right? So nobody's hiring him. He came to the wise man who lived a little bit outside the village, and he asked the wise man if he could work for him. And the wise man thought about it and said, yeah, I've got a lot of things around here. The wise man was getting a little bit older. He was looking for, somebody to take his place, and to just meditate. And he had a lot of things around the house that he could use help with. So he hired the village idiot to work for him, and he trained the village idiot on all sorts of things: how to take care of the garden, how to take care of the animals, the cow for milking, how to take care of the house, clean, and the so-called village idiot was, doing a wonderful job. The wise man was happy with it, and he wanted to take a trip. The wise man wanted to take a trip to be able to teach out in the surrounding villages. He needed to leave his house for some time. So he trained the village idiot in a very important job, and that was to take care of the altar. So he said, to the village idiot, showed him how to change the flowers, how to dust, and then, very importantly, how to offer food, one's food, before one ate or gave food to any of the animals, offer it to the altar. And the wise man said, this is for the divine to eat. The village idiot said, okay. And, the village idiot was really good at taking, everything to heart and doing everything as best as he could. And he really, really did a good job, to his credit. So the wise man left on his trip and feeling, pretty confident that everything's going to be well taken care of. And village idiot got to all of his chores, and it came time for breakfast, and he wanted to share some of his dal and rice with the divine at the altar, the gods of the altar. So he created a little plate of dal and rice. He had lots of chores to do after that, but he wanted to do this one first. That was the instruction, of his boss. So he prepared the little plate, and he put it to the divine, and like the wise man had showed him, he did a little prayer, and then he sat, and then he waited. And he waited for the divine to eat, because, the divine should eat before he eats. And he waited, and the food's, there, waited 5 minutes, waited 10 minutes, waited an hour, waited 2 hours, waited 5 hours. Food's getting kind of crusty now at this point. Waited 10 hours, the sun is setting, and waited the whole night. I'm just sitting there waiting and looking at the altar, and the village idiot was like, "Why aren't you eating? I put this in front of you. Why isn't the divine eating?" And of course, you and I would know, like, well, you know, it's. But he kept at it. He kept at it and sat there, and he waited and he waited. 2 days passed, 3 days passed, 4 days passed. The wise man's coming back in like a week, and the chores are not getting done. 5 days passed, 6 days passed, and at the end of the 6th day, this village idiot is sitting there waiting. He is just, the divine is real to him. It's gonna eat. It's gonna have that food, and he's gonna wait. And of course, nothing is happening. But then, on the night of the 6th night, and the moon was full, and this divine presence came, and the food was eaten. The food was eaten. And the village idiot said, "All right, thank you very much." And then he went and got about to the rest of his jobs, taking care of everything, did a good job. From there on out, he would offer food to the altar, and it would be consumed somehow. And this is how things went. So the wise man comes back and he says, ask, the village idiot, "How did everything go? How was it? Tell me everything." And the wise man looked around. The garden looked good. The house looked good. Things looked in order. And the village idiot said, "Yeah, well, I had some problems with the altar food. The divine wouldn't eat. And so I had to sit there for like 6 days. And but finally the divine, consumed, and I got my system down with that." And the wise man is just like, "Wow, oh my God." He thought to himself, he's like, "This is it. I found my replacement. I found someone, the first person I met in my whole life, that relates to the divine as if the divine were real as this." And the wise man realized that this was his successor. He had seen it in a vision. He knew that his successor was coming, but he had no idea how. It's the village idiot. Was that much of an idiot act? No, in fact, that was the wisest act. And the village idiot was trained, of course, to become the wisest man in that region, the wisest person. I'm sure if it had been a woman, it would be the wisest person, the wisest woman, whatever. And people came for miles and miles, as the years, 10, 20 years, 30 years passed, to come and see this so-called village idiot. So the story here, and the reason I tell it, is because it's knowledge. It's knowledge that in order to live fearlessly, we have to have the knowledge that the divine is real. We have to have the practice of really connecting and really being with the divine. So that is the story. And right now we're going to do a little bit of pranayam for our pranayam folks out there who've been practicing. For those that don't know what pranayam is, that is a breath practice. So we're going to start off like this, through the O shape of the mouth, like that. I'm just going to plug in my phone here. All right. Well, here we are. We're going to exhale through the O shape of the mouth. Focus the eyes at the third eye point. Exhale as the wrist twist. For Instagram folks, you can't quite see that. Let me just move over. As you exhale, pump the navel, focus the eyes at the third eye point. This is a breath series to go beyond our fears. Wonderful. Let's inhale. Hold the breath and squeeze the hands, squeeze the arms, squeeze the shoulders, squeeze the face, squeeze every muscle in your body. Powerful. Exhale. O shape of the mouth. Let's do that one more time. Inhale. And twist and squeeze. And exhale. Beautiful. All right, let's shake a little bit. All right, let's have our inhale here in this point. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Exhaling through the O shape of the mouth. Close the eyes. Focus at the third eye point. Keep it going, keep it going. I'm going to make sure my phone is plugged in. All right. Here we go. Let's inhale. Both hands in, hold the breath, and squeeze. Squeeze every muscle in the body. Powerfully exhale. Beautiful. This is the last in the series. We're going to inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale down. Inhale. Exhale. And as you move, open the rib cage. This is the heart center area, and to live fearlessly, it's good to have this area clear. Exhaling as you sweep up. Sorry, inhale as the arms come up, exhale down. Inhale and squeeze. Squeeze every muscle in your body. And exhale. Relax. And take a few moments to breathe. And breathe this energy, this open heart space. And perhaps more clarity in your mind, more relaxation in the mind. And from this beautiful place of open energy, we'll chant Rama Dasa Sase Soham, healing energy for anyone that needs it today.
Rama
please inhale deeply and hold this precious breath within and circulate healing energy in your own being, wherever you need healing today. Maybe it's the mind, maybe it's a part of the body, maybe it's your life and your psyche. And exhale, inhale. Please send this healing energy out to everyone here with us today and all of your prayers, anyone you're praying for. And exhale, inhale. And now please send this healing energy out to all beings everywhere. May all beings be in peace, be in love, be in joy, be taken care of. And exhale. Beautiful. Thank you, everybody. I'm seeing the prayers here that you're sending out. And thanks for writing that in, our folks on YouTube and Facebook. So I want to just end with the Mul Mantra. I was particularly chanting this Mul Mantra this morning. It was so powerful. And we'll close out with that. But I want to say before we close out that you're welcome to join me online this Wednesday. I'll teach more in depth about fearlessness through the right knowledge. 11 o'clock Eastern Time on my online school platform called Kirtan and Kundalini. This is a 5-week series. We're in week 3. You can jump in at any time. The knowledge around, or these tools that I'm introducing around fearlessness, these yoga tools and teachings of Guru Nanak really can be entered at any point, at any time and stage. So please come and join us. We'll have more in-depth yoga, meditation, and opportunity to reflect on this energy of fearlessness. And then also I'll be back for my live stream next week on Monday. That'll be the 4th of the 5th series, and then one more week, 5 of the 5 series. Thank you so much for joining us. For those of you in Europe, we have a wonderful tour, both spring and then another tour in summer. I hope you can join us in person for chanting. And for folks in the United States, North America, we have a North America tour that we'll announce soon. But until then, thank you so much. And closing out with the Mul Mantra. Satnam Karta Purak Nirpo Nirvay Alamura Ajuni Sarvam Pura Prasaja Adasaj Jugahadasaj Habisaj Nanak Saj Satnam. Thank you, everybody. Such a pleasure to connect with you all in this way. I love being able to connect with you live in concert, and I kind of miss that when I'm at home. So I'm so glad that I have this opportunity to do that today. Thank you all. Thank you. Satnam, everybody.